Hey guys, if you're coming to Japan and you want to get yourself a phone, the three main phone companies are au and Docomo. This is for cell phones, mobile phones, and SoftBank. I use SoftBank and I found them to be okay. I have friends who use Docomo and who say they are very good. They have all the latest phones, of course, being Japan. So I've never actually been into a phone company office that has anybody that speaks English in it. So if you're going to go into one randomly, you'll either need a good level of Japanese or you'll need to be with someone who has a good level of Japanese to help you through it. One little trick that might be useful is most of the, or almost all the international airports in Japan have phone company offices in them. And those ones are aimed at foreigners, so they often have English speaking staff, and they can also rent you a phone, which means that you can just go in, show them your passport, pay them some money. They're not super expensive compared to most countries, probably cost you $100 or $150 a month or something for a mobile phone, and you can just rent one for the time that you're in Japan. If you're going to be staying here long term, one of the easiest options is just to buy a phone. You can buy a prepaid 3G phone. This is an old 2G, but this won't work after the end of this month because they're phasing them out. But you can buy a new 3G phone for about $50 or $60, and it's prepaid. So you buy the phone and then you buy a card, 3,000 yen or 5,000 yen card, so it's about $50 or $70 or something card. When you buy it, when you buy the phone, they'll charge the phone with the prepaid card, so it'll have that value in it. These cards normally last for about 2 months, and then you must buy one within that 2-month period. You must buy another one. You dial a phone number written on the back of it, you dial a phone number into the phone, and then follow the prompts. They usually have them in English. They set them when you get the phone. You ask them to set it into English, and they'll set it into English. And then you just dial a number, and you enter a serial number from here, and that charges the phone with some more money. That's the easiest way. Buy the phone. You'll need your passport. When you rent or buy a phone in Japan, you'll need a passport. Once you come time to charge it, just charge it up. You can buy these cards from convenience stores or the phone shops, of course, and just charge up the phone. If you're going to be here long term, another option is you can do the monthly pay thing, but you'll need a bank account for that. And setting up a Japanese bank account, normally you'll need to have a foreigner's card, Gaikokujin card, and probably a hanko. So it gets a bit complex. Unless you're going to be here really long term, it's just easy to get prepaid. But if you want to, you can get the monthly plan thing, and then you can get the fancier phones. These phones, with the prepaid, you don't have internet access, you don't have navigation, you don't have GPS navi, and you don't have a lot of the functions. You can make phone calls, take phone calls, send messages, receive messages, emails. It's actually email, so you can actually send and receive to computers, but yeah, no internet access with prepaid. So you know, for most people that are only going to be here for, you know, a couple of months or a year or something, this is the best option. Prepaid is the best option. If you're going to be here for a few years, then you might want to look at starting a bank account and going for the month by month thing. The actual use of the phone themselves, they're pretty easy. Once it's set into English, it's fairly straightforward. And then the handset, you can choose your, you can choose whether to use English or katakana or hiragana or kanji. And the way it works is sort of like we do with the English, where it's that, you know, click A, click again you get B, click again you get C. In katakana, obviously it's A, U, E, O, kaki, kuke, ko, nani, nune, no. If you set it for kanji, it's got preemptive text. So if you start to type in a word in katakana, it'll start offering you the options in kanji. But I mean, obviously the only people who are going to be doing that is people that use whose Japanese is really, really good. Other than that, you know, I mean, it's possible to send messages to Japanese people in Japanese, but using Romanji, using the ABC, it's possible. Just print it out in Romanji. So, but obviously that's depends on your level of Japanese. So there you go, getting a phone in Japan.